and the compendium on election compendium for volume 2 for 2023, that is the report from 2019 to 2022, presented to Nigerian public and for press.
PWDs, youth, politicians, and the media, perception and comprehension of INEC's mandate and the management of general elections of 2023 was conducted focusing on the 6 geopolitical zones in the country. These focus group discussions were held in 2 states across the 6 geopolitical zones each: Kogi and Plateau for North Central, Kaduna and Sokoto Northwest, Taraba and Gombe Northeast, Anambra and Enugu Southeast, Osun and Oyo Southwest, Delta and Edo South-South. The project used 2 states from each geopolitical zone plus the Federal Capital Territory. For CTA, evaluating public perception through the lens of stakeholders' knowledge of INEC's rules and responsibility was the goal. Furthermore, as has been our tradition since 2015, CTA compiles election reports for evaluation and professional assessment of the electoral processes and record purposes after every 4 years of an election. This election compendium offers a thorough summary of the Nigerian electoral scene from 2019 to 2022 and makes recommendations for the next cycle of elections. The compendium is divided into 3 primary elections. We were actually supposed to have launched this report just before the election, but instead of just keeping it on our decks, we decided also to make it public today to add value to the conversations that we'll be having on elections and electoral processes. This election compendium offers a thorough examination of the Nigerian elections held between 2019 and 2022, together with experts' commentary on the electoral process and insights into the elections that were observed. It is an invaluable tool for comprehending the workings, difficulties, and suggestions for the Nigerian electoral system. As at today, discussions on the 2023 general election will continue to reverberate and tilt towards particular expectations, whether met or not. The voices are high and sometimes tension raised through what we hear or read, especially from social media. Undoubtedly, social media has facilitated real-time communication, but it has its drawback as well. Using social media, fake news is frequently disseminated by dishonest people in an attempt to mislead people and cause unrest. The mainstream media neutrality is essential to counteracting the harmful impacts of disinformation emanating mostly from the social media. It is the duty of all of us here today to ensure the sustainability of our democracy in line with the popular maxim, the worst democracy is better than the best form of dictatorship. We must use information positively, disseminate same, and play our role for a better Nigeria.
On the 25th of February and 18th of March 2023, Nigerians went to the polls for the election of a new president as well as National Assembly and state governors in 36 states, that is in the 36 states houses of assembly. Of course, for governorship, we had that only in 29 states. That election was the 7th consecutive general election in Nigeria. This 2023 election represents 23 years of unbroken democracy. It is the longest since 1960. The presidential election was contested by 18 political parties and conducted under a new electoral law. known as the Electoral Act 2022, which allows the Nigerian electoral body, INEC, to use the technology of bimodal voter accreditation system, BVAS, for the conduct of elections, for fingerprints and facial biometric identification and authentication of voters. The new Electoral Act also allows the Commission to transmit election results electronically from collation centers into the INEC servers and results viewing portal immediately after counting of votes. The new technological innovation introduced by INEC paved the way for online pre-registration system of voters and new INEC enrollment device, which helped to reduce long queues witnessed in previous voter registration and voting exercises. The new Electoral Act, as amended by the National Assembly, also extended the time for political campaigns from 90 days to 150 days, thereby granting politicians the opportunity to visit all nooks and crannies of the country. As we know, 93.4 million Nigerians registered and are eligible to vote and perhaps be voted for. However, only a little above 30 million people turned out for the February 25th presidential election, a far cry from the total number of registered voters. Prior to the general elections, the election umpire adopted some strategic action plans to ensure a peaceful, successful, and smooth conduct of elections. To achieve that, the Commission activated 2,673 additional permanent voter card registration centers nationwide, introduced simultaneous accreditation and voting system. You know, before now, they accredit you, you wait. Then when they finish accreditation, people will start voting. But now, as you are accredited, you vote immediately. It also embarked on continuous engagements with election stakeholders such as security agencies, political party leaders, civil society organizations, and the media towards improving the electoral process. In a bid to ensure that no eligible voter was disenfranchised in the general elections, INEC made special provisions for persons with disabilities and adequate provisions for voters in internally displaced camps to enable them to exercise their franchise during the elections. The Commission also engaged in continuous sensitization and enlightenment programs on the processes of and preparations for the elections to ensure that citizens understood the electoral proceedings fully and participate peacefully in the elections. The outcome of the elections marked a significant departure from the previous elections, and it appears that people now have different perception of the electoral body. The outcome of the elections, no doubt, caused diverse image for INEC in the minds of the citizens and stakeholders, which must have unraveled with a view to giving insightful guide tips to the Commission in the interest of the country, hence making the need for this study imperative. So I now want to talk briefly about the survey we conducted. The primary aim of that national survey was to gather comprehensive data on public opinions, attitudes, awareness, and understanding of the mandates regarding the Independent National Electoral Commission and its performance in conducting elections in Nigeria. By assessing the level of public trust, identifying areas for improvement, and providing valuable insights, the survey aims to guide policy decisions and enhance the credibility and transparency of the electoral process. As we know, election is one of the key elements of democracy. Conducting free, fair, and credible elections has remained a big challenge to the democratic process of governance since the return to democracy in Nigeria in 1999. In the same democratic process, Nigeria has continued to experience imposition of candidates, rigging, violence, malpractice, bribery, and other forms of illegality in the electoral system. Some stakeholders hold mixed opinions on the conduct of elections by the Independent Electoral Commission, whether it had conducted free, fair, inclusive, and credible elections since the return of democracy in Nigeria. This project entailed the conduct of focus group discussions on citizens' perceptions and understanding of INEC's mandate and the conduct of the 2023 general elections. The project focused on selected areas across the 6 geopolitical zones of the country, using 2 states per geopolitical zone plus the FCT, namely FCT, Kogi and Plateau for North Central, Kaduna and Sokoto for Northwest, Taraba and Gombe for Northeast, Anambra and Enugu for Southeast, Osun and Oyo for Southwest, and Delta and Edo for South-South. The objective was to evaluate citizens' perception, including understanding on the functions and mandates of INEC. This was achieved through in-depth discussions among participants representing various stakeholder groups across the country. The study was designed to bring together diverse respondents cutting across stakeholders, including CSOs, youths, observers, INEC ad hoc staff, law enforcement officers, women representatives, religious leaders, and politicians to a round table to discuss the performance of INEC during the general elections. Participants were brought together and given the room and opportunity to freely express their views on the conduct of INEC and activities of INEC staff during the polls. To facilitate robust interactions, participants were allowed to freely express other general views relating to the 2023 elections. Interestingly, the results revealed that 10,000 persons participated in the survey. 95% were registered voters, but only 59% of them voted, while 41% did not vote in the 2023 general election. Out of the responses, 54% were male, while 46% were female. People within the age bracket of 36 to 45 are the highest age group that participated in the elections, which made up 51%. Equally, the use of beavers and IREV to capture and upload results during the elections were examined. 50% agreed and 34% strongly agreed that the beavers machine was very effective for both federal and state elections as organized by INEC. Quite a few revelations were made touching on the strengths and weaknesses of INEC and other stakeholders pre, during, and post-election periods. Certain peculiarities also played out in the conduct of the 2023 general elections with respect to their performance in states across the 6 geopolitical zones in the country. After all these studies, we made some key recommendations. And those recommendations are to enhance voter education to address issues arising from lack of awareness and misinformation. As you heard from the address of the ED, you know that social media, much as it could help, also misleads many times because people will just put out something and cause panic and chaos. We also recommended that focus group discussions should be conducted in rural areas to capture diverse perceptions from the grassroots level. We also recommended for an increase in civil society involvement in educating citizens during electoral processes in Nigeria. We recommended for a strengthening of the prosecution of election-related offenses. We recommended an intensified voter education to combat misinformation. We recommended for advocating for citizen participation in governance and also for an improvement in the timely distribution of election materials. We equally recommended that challenges identified with uploading of results should be tackled. We equally recommended for the adoption of necessary technology for credible elections. And of course, we recommend that peaceful conduct of political campaigns during elections should be sustained. These diverse perspectives from citizens reflect a mix of positive advancements and concerns that dogged the 2023 general elections. Our recommendations point towards the need for enhanced voter education, improved material distribution, security cooperation, and media regulation The elections showcased progress, but also underscored the importance of addressing areas for refinement in Nigeria's electoral processes.